This is simply unbelievable. In order to make cheap and affordable strapping ropes available to Pakistanis, this simple and small company in Peshawar uses cheap recycled waste braided tapes to produce highly cost-effective plastic ropes. The plastic braided tapes that were new before they were salvaged are the raw materials used to produce plastic ropes. Most of them are braided tapes used to hold vegetables and fertilizers. In order to return the braided tapes to the original plastic is in its original state, so workers will put it in an iron pot with a diameter of less than 100 meters and ignite the braided tape for high temperature with. This step is mainly to melt the braided tape into a denser sol and use the high temperature of combustion to remove other impurities. This process requires strict control of the combustion temperature of the braided tape to avoid changes in the properties of the plastic due to excessive combustion. When the braided tape melts into a basin full of sol, the temperature of the sol in the basin is high and the viscosity is very strong. Ordinary people naturally cannot take it directly with their hands, so workers will use a shovel to shovel the sol to the ground nearby for natural cooling. At this time, the sol will emit a lot of pungent smoke. If you take a deep breath, it can directly take people away. Fortunately, everyone in front of the screen can still breathe normally. At this time, the sol on the ground looks a bit similar. As for bubblegum, if you don't tell your friends, they will never guess what it is. When the sol is completely cooled and becomes a block, the worker will put it into a groove on the side and then use a sledgehammer to knock the block into smaller pieces. Then the block can be put into a crusher, which will quickly crush it into plastic particles. This step is mainly to reduce the volume of the plastic so that it can be mixed better. Then you need to put the plastic granules are poured into the roller machine and the master batch is added for mixing and stirring to ensure that the color of the finished plastic meets the production requirements. Then the workers will pour the plastic granules into the extruder. In this way, the plastic granules entering the extruder material port will be squeezed by the strong pressure of the bare rod inside and heated by the temperature control of the front-end machine barrel so that they will be mixed into a uniform and fine sol. Then the sol will become flakes after being extruded. Since the temperature of the hot melt adhesive strip is high and the shape is not stable, it needs to be put into a water cooling pool for cooling so that the adhesive strip can be quickly shaped. However, the size of the adhesive strip is still relatively thick. This kind of plastic rope is different from the common soft plastic rope. It is mainly sold to other factories for product packaging and packaging. Most of them are used as packaging ropes for fixing outer packaging. The overall thickness is both the strength and hardness need to meet certain production requirements. Next, the plastic rope can be rolled up on the reel through the automatic reel. Although there is an electric guide wheel to guide the plastic rope to move back, it seems that the position accuracy is not enough and still needs manual assistance. In this way, when the reel collects a roll of plastic rope, it can be taken down and the plastic rope can be tied and fixed. So after watching the whole process, what do you think of the plastic rope produced in this way?